Woo! How's it going, everybody? Nice to see everybody here. Good morning, and I'm hoping you're having a good day. Uh, I guess I had a good news that my nephew's fine. They reset his heart, and they just told him go live how you lived. So there's nothing wrong with him, which was really bothering me yesterday. But he doesn't seem to be too worried about it either. So, but the doctors didn't find anything. So it's weird, right? Like, how do you use your heart not pump properly just for no reason? But they didn't really give him an explanation because he's living a healthy lifestyle. So they just told him, keep on living your lifestyle the way you've been living. There's nothing wrong with you or your heart. But there was something, right? But anyway, he's gonna go see a cardiologist and do some deeper tests, which is great. Also, on news on my part, my little world, how do you do this? There we go, like that. Okay. My son bought a car, and to get insurance for him is just, I pay about for one car with him driving it as an occasional driver, because he's young, right? It's about $350 a month that I pay for car insurance, right? Now that I have a second car in the family, and if I wanted to keep the same coverage on that car and my car, it would cost $10,000 a year. I was all $10,000. Oh my god. Right? Like, that's a huge amount of money. So basically I had to strip down his insurance to be basically just liability. Just the legal amount of insurance that he needs. But if he does hit something like a pole or anything like that, he's not able to claim it, right? Which is a little bit crazy. The insurance is a little bit nuts. Anyway, we got some bosses to do here, and I was thinking that maybe could see if I could put one of these puppies on here. That I was going to use my high power catalyst. So I don't know if it's going to, like, even though this one is rather high powered, but how do you do this? So I think it's the tin crystal, right? I don't know if it. So weapon L2 is at 46. Oh no, it would just be that way? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. This isn't making any sense. But I think that if I equip this, yeah, if you notice on the bottom, see on the where the crystal soul spears are on the top? If I go back up here and equip it, I have 8 of them to shoot. But with the tin, it's 4. Like, it halves them, but I think it's like really high power. So we're gonna try it out on a boss. Probably don't need my main weapon, but that's okay. We're gonna give it a whirl. I'll probably die like a kajillion billion times, but why not? Why not have some fun, right? And excuse me. I don't think I need any of these, but I will put on the silver pendant. Right, because that gives me a little bit of a shield against his magic damage in case it does happen. But I do have a lot of the pursuers might be a better deal. Oh yeah, no, things are good. Basically what happened is that they, you know what? Let me put a summon signs down here. See if anybody. Well, I'm gabbing. Yeah, they went to the hospital. They gave him an IV to try to correct his heart rhythm. That didn't work. So basically, the next step, which is unbelievable, is that they kind of reset his heart by shocking him. So they gave him some fentanyl and some other stuff to sort of, numb him, and they electrocuted him pretty much with some two probes. They stopped his heart, and then they started it again. And once that happened, Adam said to me, that's the name of my nephew, he said he just felt fine, like nothing happened. And the doctors just told him, go live your life, like nothing has happened. So, there's no cause to it at all. Don't really know what it could have been. So I guess the recommendation, it wasn't really something, they sort of just gave him a recommendation to go see a cardiologist, and that's about it. And then in retrospect too, this has happened to me too in my older age. I've had some like painful heart palpitations. I have 2 of them, and I went to go see the doctor, and then I got an MRI done on my heart twice, an ECG scan, and I guess they just said, you know what? It happens. You beat, let's say 80 beats a second or a minute. Sometimes it's just going to hiccup, right? But losing your heart pulse is a little bit different. It's a little bit weird to me. So anyway, that's the story. So all things are good. All things are good. I talked to Adam yesterday. He seemed all right. He seemed really tired, but I think he's fine. I think he'll be okay. I got to change my rings too while I'm here. I think I'm going to boost my sorcery and my stamina ring. I think that should do it. All right. I was thinking of something else to do. Yeah, it's great news, Link. Thanks, man. Thanks for your support there. Appreciate you being in my corner there, man. All right. I don't think there's going to be anybody coming. I was going to do something else. I just don't remember. But let's go fight the boss for a little while. Get chewed up by the boss. I think this way is better. I'll go this way. Ah! So I have this mammoth of a catalyst here in my hand. And I think it gives me... That's cool, man. No problem, Link. Life is like one thing after another, isn't it? My the insurance thing was another kind of weird blow to me. I didn't realize that it was going to be so expensive to insure 2 cars with 2 drivers in one household. It's just amazing, and it's not even really the value of the car. Like, it's not an expensive car, right? No, I went the wrong way. But wow, liability is just incredible, especially for a young driver. See, but thing is, he's been driving for like 2 years without any incident, right? Like, that should mean something, right? But it doesn't. They're just treating him like a new driver. But geez, the ratings for a new driver, unbelievable. There's a slab here somewhere too, but I just don't remember where the heck it is. Oh, it's back there somewhere. I don't want to waste any of my magic for that. We'll just take on Manus for a little while. Yeah, it does make weird sense. And then if you use it, you get penalized for it sometimes. Sometimes. I haven't been penalized for using my insurance yet, but I've barely ever made a claim. Well, that's a good start. Oh, I just dodged it wrong. Oh. I do good damage though, but I get smoked. I have to learn how to deke him out again. Like, I must have fought this guy like 5 times. Yeah. But for me, you know, like I'm not like I tend to forget. I don't know why. Maybe I haven't played the game enough, you know. That it seems like it's quicker than before, but I have to like learn. Yeah, I guess I have to learn. Hey, thanks, Vano. I have to learn the moveset all the time again. It's quicker than before, but you know what I mean. But it's no big deal. It doesn't really matter too much that you die in this game. Well, I guess it does to some people, but to me, I'm cool. It's definitely frustrating, that's for sure. But we'll see. It might not even be worth using this catalyst, right? Go fight him in the pit. It's got to be one of the lowest things in Dark Souls 3, this area. He's right there, by the way, the boss. And you can kill him from here with a with a bow and arrow. Crazy, right? I think I'll just do this first, see if that actually works. Oh, I thought I teaked it out. Might not be able to get up soon enough. Oh. Manus, Manus, Manus. Actually, he didn't kill me there. I killed myself. Because the power within, it drains your health a bit. But I've got him down to almost half. So, and that was 2 hits, I think. 2 or 3 hits. The problem is getting off all the I have a lot of things to manage, I guess, with this boss. I have to sort it out. I'm using a lot of mechanics I usually don't use. I don't need the bow or anything. Almost died. Looking at the chat. Got a lot of things to focus on doing this with this boss. Are you serious? I think maybe I should try and learn his moveset again before I use Power Within. How about this? I'll take the Power Within off because it seems to be messing me up. Oh. And what I'll do is I could take it out and I could add another dark bead. All right, now we're talking. Then I could concentrate basically on just deking them out, and I don't have to worry about my health draining for the moment. I still have issues with the controller in this game. Like I'll lose my position stick for some reason. The camera one works. It doesn't happen with any other game though. Bring it back up. When I die, I could go back. So this is Dark Souls, you know, you could just tweak, kind of come up with an idea as to what to do, and if it just starts failing for you, you could always change. You could always change your, you know, the way that you do things. However, if it's a challenge run, even in a challenge run, you always have a little bit of movement with equipment and things that you do and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of adjustment. It's actually too how you can kind of adjust the difficulty level of the game as well. Because I can go into this game or into this boss fight with a +1 weapon, you know, and fight him. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. I could have swore I deked there. Not even giving me a chance, this boss. Well, today it looks like I can't play Dark Souls. But that's the way that FromSoft games go and how they treat you. Some days you're a rocket, other days you're a snail. But for me, it's tenacity. You have to just keep at it. But it's also the fact too that I haven't been dodging him properly too, because if I would be able to dodge him properly, I wouldn't have these issues. See, there's my controller stopping again. Weird. I also hooked up my controller to Windows because you can upgrade the. I don't know if you know this, but with the Xbox controllers, it has a driver, and you could update it. I did not know this before.
But now I do.
And I put it up there, but it was already updated, so I didn't have to do anything. Yeah, yeah. I think lots of people do. I like the Xbox One controllers better than the DualShock. It's like how it fit in my hand, basically. That's all it is. Not that it works better. It's just that the D-pad and all that kind of stuff, I can never figure it out. I keep on. Okay. Too late. Oh, the timing of this guy. I have to figure it out. Just there's this delay that he has, and they're all different, right? And I'm not liking the crystals either. I like the pursuers, which would be because they're so much cooler. Whether they do more damage or not, I'm not sure, but they just look nicer. Oh, I can't put them on anyway. That's alright, we'll just leave it the way it is. I don't think it took me this long the first time I ever played Mantis. I don't know what it is today. I think it's just that I don't really know how to play these games. That's what it must be.
Bring me down, elevator. To go see Manus so I can get my butt kicked.
Plus, I'm not concentrating too. I'm always messing with my spells. It's not comfortable yet. He'll get there. I was feeling a little bit more comfortable the last time there, that last round, even though I got smoked immediately. That wasn't good.
I meant to heal. The Dark Bee does not do too well on him. The crystal works on them really well. But the having them doesn't work that well. So I'm going to try to use my other catalyst. And we'll see what kind of damage I get off of it. But I got him down pretty good. I was a little bit more aggressive there. Oh, I missed it. Oh, brother. So am I getting it back? I am getting it back. Yeah. Jeez. I should practice before I stream. All right, let's see how this goes this time. That was a variant. You get humanities off of him. Oh, you have to restart your computer? Why? What's going on? There was a Windows update, eh? A little while ago. Like, I got one yesterday. I typically have to, like, reboot my machine. I leave my machine on all the time. It's always being used, practically, by the family. Usually after I render videos a lot, if I do that 3 or 4 or 5 times kind of thing, I have to reboot because everything gets kind of sluggish. No, he got me there. Oh, he got me with that. Crap. Thought I got out of that. I had a better battle though with them this time. Deacon this stuff felt pretty good. Oh, right. Well, what do you think that's the cause anyway? What do you think the cause of it is? That it won't let you stream. It's weird that you got to reboot. I have a problem with my NIC card, my internet card there on my computer. Because when I have everything, all the options okay, but jumbo frames do not work on my machine. I don't know what it is, if it's the NIC card. I do have another, like an IDE NIC card that I could add to my computer, but if I shut the jumbo packet option off, everything works spectacularly. You know, I have very good internet. I get the full range of it. But I turn that packet on, and the upload speed is fine, but the download speed goes from 360 to 40, and I just don't know why. I think that there's something maybe wrong with the jumbo packet somehow. You know, I don't know. Oh, it got me. I always got that time. So fast. I am not sure. Like I know that for streaming, sometimes if you have like your encoder, it can't handle the bigger packets. But I'm not streaming. I'm just doing speed tests, right? That's how I kind of determine my NIC card settings. Is I'll do speed tests and see how the NIC card reacts, right? But if I do have jumbo packet on and I stream, I get nothing but drop frames all the time. You know, it doesn't work. So when I shut it off, it creates a huge amount of stability here. Like I don't think I ever had an issue streaming when I had that off, right? And it took me a little while to figure that out too. It wasn't easy. Because you're like, what's going on here? You know, you're trying everything. You know, I did discover a couple other issues with my network card, or my network, I guess, at home, because I increased the speed of my network, and before I was at a 60 megabit per second or megabyte per second, and I think it was 10 upload speed initially. So then, with my upgrade, which didn't cost me anything, which was weird, I got 30 and 360 download. I had a few switches in the house to distribute the landline, and the switches only went to 100. But I didn't know this. You know, that's why the switches were only $19.99, I guess. So that took me a little while to figure that out. A couple of cables too weren't capable of going quicker, so I changed all that out. So it took a long time to figure out. And then the jumbo packet thing was the worst one. That took me forever. It shouldn't matter. I don't know, because it doesn't seem to... Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I screwed this one up. Oh. Dead. Sorry guys, I was thinking about the internet. Right. I did check that actually, Lincoln. I did check my router to see if it can handle jumbo packets and all that, and it can. It's all new stuff, and What is? I don't even know what the router is that my network has. I use the ISP router for landline, and it works rather good. But for the Wi-Fi, I use the one that they give me, the router. Well, whatever they call it. I don't know if it's a router, but a modem, I guess. They gave me a modem with Wi-Fi, but it really stinks. It has no range. So what I had to do was what I did was I you know, for the basement, let's say, I use the ISP, you know, the modem for Wi-Fi. But then for the rest of the house, I got an old router, and I made it into an internet. I set it up so it's an internet access point. So it looks the same as like I only have one Wi-Fi name, you know, and basically wherever you are in the house, it will just hand off to whatever router is stronger, right? And that's an internet access point, or using your router as an internet access point. It's a little different. You can look it up. And I put one of those upstairs, and now I have good Wi-Fi everywhere. You know. As a matter of fact, when I was at the store to get my new modem, I give me time to heal. What a scoundrel. What a scoundrel. Almost there. Yeah, I know. I have no one to complain to, except maybe sometimes my ISP. But I have to admit that my internet service provider has been very good. I've never really had any issues with their service. I would say that their equipment is broke down, but I don't own it. So they kind of just wrap it into the price of the monthly fee. Like I don't have like a separate line item that says, you know, modem rental, but you do have the option to purchase one, right? And I don't know if the monthly fee will go down. It should. But I figured I don't want to own that thing, right? Because something goes on, I would have to buy another one for whatever hundreds of dollars it is. So I think I've had 2 broken modems, and they replaced it. What you have to do is you have to give them the old one. Yeah, like I have a store nearby, or an outlet, or whatever you want to call it. And you give them the old one, and they give you a new one. You plug it back in, and off you go. Sometimes you have to call them to initiate it, but the last one I did because it was like a new one, because of the size of the broadband, or the old one couldn't handle like the speed that I have per month, so they gave me a new one, which I had to call and get initiated and stuff like that. Oh, it's too late with that one. Always too late. I knew that was going to get me once I hit that roll button. Getting there. Getting a little more comfortable. Now that I kind of pummeled him with that, I'm going to try the other catalyst again. Maybe there's more damage than I think here. And now that I'm getting a little more comfortable too, maybe I could use Power Within again, give him a little bit more oomph. Yeah, networking is a whole thing. When I first started with networking, it was I used Pascal or something like that. Some weird internet thing. But when I first started out, we didn't really network computers. Like we had email, but that was about it. And it was like everything was like on a central server that computers were allowed to, but we couldn't work together. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But my first networking experience was I had a co-op job, and it was to share files or something together with everybody in the office. That's what it was. And we had to set it up, but it was very manual. What the heck happened there? It always gets me with that move. I gotta stop. I'm sorry, guys. That's just ridiculous. Because if he sticks his head up and you roll, by the time you can roll again, he's got you. You know? I have to keep in mind that particular move. You know? All the other moves, you can kind of react to them, but that one with that delay, wow. Who was the evil master who put that move in the moveset for Manus? Right? Evil people, I'll tell you. Yeah, I know. My blood pressure's going up. It gets frustrating for sure, you know. Especially if you play it for a little while, like you play like as long as I've been playing. How long have I been at this for? Almost an hour. And when you go in there, I feel good if I have, you know, a couple minutes with them, with Manus. But to go in there and get one shot, it's just like, oh, come on, Manus. All that time and energy. And also with this catalyst too, I'm a little bit uncertain of how it's going to work. For me, it's all like feel. Like once I... Oh, there's that... Oh, I think I missed them there. Wow. Manus. I didn't want to do that. He's a rascal. All right. Too early. Oh, he got me. What a rascal. Almost got it, Defiant. Almost got it. Yeah, so close. Oh, it's starting to get frustrating now. So, I don't like the... Oh, I don't have to do that. I don't like running out of spells. And he's not strong. I'm not strong enough yet, if ever, to kind of get him. So I'm going to do that. Also, you know, I don't think the weapon buff will do me any good, because I'll have to buff it. So let's just do it this way. And I think that's the third time I came close to getting him. Don't worry, we'll come back one of these playthroughs and I'll have a weapon that he... Oh! That's okay. I'll have a weapon that he's allergic to, and we'll show him some... We'll show him some payback. Maybe not this round, but the next round. We'll punish him, for sure. But this round is Immersive Magic. We're gonna do some magic on this guy. Manus, oh Manus. Every time with that. Oh, he moved. I had the wrong thing attached. Gosh. I got too many mechanics to deal with. Ah! Now I was just getting silly. And I noticed too, if I hit him with the full force of the black bead, the dark bead, he gets a lot more damage. So it looks like I have to get closer to him. So I may have to die a few more times to change that particular aspect of the game, or my tactic, or my stat, or you want to call it my strat. Oh. Don't worry, I have the nicotine, Mark. I have the nicotine, my friend. Don't worry, I have a stuffed teddy bear that I kind of like yell at after the streams, and that kind of, you know, sets me straight for the day. Yeah. No, I don't want to damage my own stuff, man. You know, I was a kid. We had, I'm sure you guys know Intellivision, right? A friend of mine had got the Intellivision, which was magic at the time. This was before ColecoVision, and we played there. He would destroy this Intellivision. You know, it was funny because he used to like invite us to come over and play on Intellivision. So we go over there, and I've been playing video games for a super long time, and so were the rest of the friends, some of the other friends anyway. And I remember one time we were playing hockey, like Intellivision hockey, right? And I was killing them. Like I don't know, the whole thing made sense to me, you know? The whole thing made sense to me, and he started beating on this machine like you wouldn't believe, and it was just so damaged, you know. And I'm like, why are you hitting your own stuff, man? You know? Yes, got him. Take that. Take that. Take that, Menace. Oh, Mark. Come on with the bits, then. Thank you, sir. I got him. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you marking my effort, man. What am I picking up here? Oh, you know what it is? I probably can't pick up more humanities because I have too many. I'm just going to make sure. Yeah, I already have 99 humanities, so you can't get more than 99 for anything. So I'm going to leave those sitting there. There's the good old Dusk. Thanks, Defiant. I was just being very aggressive with him. You know, that's my problem with this game. It's because it kind of teaches you to be passive, but with some bosses, you have to be aggressive and take risks and all that kind of stuff. With this boss, I guess you don't really have to be aggressive, but in my case, you did because I'll run out of spells. I have to make sure all the spells hit, right? So there was some tact, I guess, right? But we're not finished yet with the boss fights. We still got Camelot to fight. But let's level up. Let's use some of these up. Right. And we have so much intelligence and all that. I guess I could use endurance. I could use more attunement maybe. But we only get one, so I don't know what to use. Let's get strength up, I guess, because we could use some different weapons as time goes on. There. So we will get some strength. That's the lowest one they have. Resistance, I'm never gonna. Resistance is useless. Resistance is useless. So I'm gonna leave that be. And all right. So we used up our souls there, and we're gonna go warp out to for the next boss fight. And we'll use the same setup, I guess. Maybe this time I'll use power within. Get a little bit of more oomph out of him. But I think Manus is rather resistant. I think it's the township I have to go to. I am kind of shivering. I don't know why. It's a little bit cold. I don't know. I just have a little coldness today. Ugh. Not sure why. It's not really that cold though. Oh, okay. Let's put on. Let's do it. Let's use power within this time. See, I didn't have. Would you just sit down, Marissa? Gosh. All right. And we'll get rid of that one. And I don't know where my power within is. Power within gives you a 30% damage increase, but it also decreases your health. It takes it away a little bit. Yeah, I already had it. So there we go. All right, guys, one more boss. Hopefully this doesn't take me an hour, but it might. It's funny, I can't believe I'm here already, actually. Because the second playthrough, I just blew through it, right? So we're pretty much at the end of the second playthrough, almost. I have to still get these bosses, but I'm going to try to run past these doggies. That wasn't a good start. One more hit and I'm dead. Iframes. Thank you. Now I have to relearn this guy's armor set or move set. But he is awesome, though. Of course. I forgot his moveset. I don't even think I got a hit out on that guy. Let's go back. Fight him up again. Actually, I want to see how the crystal catalyst does with this guy too, because it might smoke him. Let's give it a try. Hopefully the doggies don't kill me, but that's okay. Thank you, iframes.
All right, Camelot. It's me and Marissa.
It's us. Oh, I do a lot of damage to him though. So once I figure out that I should deke as opposed to just sort of stand there and get hit, we should do good. It's hard to concentrate sometimes as well because I'm thinking of stamina, power within, my HP bar, how many spells I have, and on top of that, the boss's moveset. You know, I am definitely a classic overthinker. Iframes, my friend, thank you. I keep on saying that, I know, but I'll blow one of those. I should have jumped there. I don't know why I didn't. I didn't even see how far down I got him there. But if you have noticed, I was a little more aggressive there. I tried to give him a couple of shots, but a little too aggressive, I guess. And I lost. I gave myself up too much. Somebody's got to feed those dogs. Got him. That wasn't so bad. That was a little bit easier than Manus was. And again, I was just aggressive with him. Soul of a hero, oh yeah. Soul of a brave warrior, oh yeah. Soul of another brave warrior, oh yeah. Let's go see what's over there. I feel like the first time that we played with sorcery, like the first playthrough, it seemed like it was really overpowered. Now, you know, I had a little bit of oh, it's not so powerful anymore, right? Oh, those are just great arrows. No, there's just a couple of like neat little things that I want to do. I want to talk to Dusk again because there's some type of she does or says something. I have to just go visit some NPCs because I think she gives you something in the end. Because you kind of free her. Like after you've... Dusk was that NPC that was lying on the ground after we fought Manus. Something that I missed the last time that I'm going to try to get this time. This, of course, I'm going to get. It's a Slabberoonie. So let's go talk to the NPCs now. And then we'll get to the last part of the playthrough, I guess. Get my Homer bones out. Wherever they may be. Homer bones let you warp out of here. Let's go. All right, level up strength one more time. I can't believe how much a level is worth. 104,000. That is... It's ridiculous. Okay. So where do we go now? Let us go to... Oh, let's go see Goth first. Then I just changed my catalyst to something a little... I'm going to put on my walking around catalyst. Where is this man over here? Oh, these are like arenas, like for PvP. Except that there's never anybody here. I'll show them to you really quick. Death match. There's a death match. There's teams. There's duels. I don't know what that meant. I don't know what Deas is, or Deas. I'm not sure, but let's try one of these. Now, if I search for battle, it never happens. See what I mean? Like, I could just sit here forever, right? And there's also these too, which are, let's say a death match, right? Like, oh, there's people here. Oh, see, there's just me, so it's 3 remaining. Like, nobody uses these, right? I don't know why. I've never actually had an arena fight in this game. And from what I gather, I think it's because this arena is only available for the people that purchased DLC. Right? I don't know what this is. It's just a plaque of players, I guess. Someone probably hacked that, so they're number 1. But they included that arena, the fighting arena for the DLC, and there's only a certain percentage of people that would purchase the DLC, right? I mean, there's only a certain percentage of people that finish a single-player game, right? In the first place, which isn't as high as you might think, right? Like, every time I bought a game, a single-player game, I always had to try to finish it. I mean, it's rare that I haven't finished one before. Unless it was just kind of crap or you lose complete interest. Like, I've done it, that's for sure. Or you kind of finish it like sort of half-assed or half-corked, you know?
Why? Thou hast defeated Calamite?
Yes, I have.
Wondrously played. Lord Gwyn's blessing upon me. That beast will never take to the skies again.
That's all he says?
Dragons shall never be forgotten. We knights fought valiantly, but for every one of them, we lost 70 of our own. Exhilaration, pride, hatred, rage. The dragons teased out our dearest emotions. Thou will understand one day. At our twilight, old thoughts return in great waves of nostalgia. This great bow, I shan't need it, but no dragons to hunt. I know not if a human could even operate it.
Oh, I see, he does give you something.
Thy need outweighs mine.
Great, so we got Goth's Great Pull, which I don't think I got last time. Which is pretty cool. So that's why you have to keep on talking to the NPCs after bosses. Because they'll either give you things... There's some type of small reward, right? Unless you're looking to get the Goth's Great Pull, right? Then you'll know what to do, but...
There's very little to be said. What good is a dog with no hairs to hunt? But I'm lucky to be alive, I suppose.
So that's it. See, he just... the dialogue repeats, and then you know that you kind of finished it, right? So he's done, and you could kill him actually. I'm not sure what you get for it, but I'm not really a fan of killing all the NPCs. I don't know. I know I have because I want to get their items, but it never feels right. They help you the whole game, you know, and here's you. Oh yeah, thank you, and then you smack them to death. But they do that to you too. Sometimes they try to kill you after you use them up. So I guess it's just the way of the game. Can't feel comfortable about the whole thing, right? Like for instance, this woman here. I don't know what happens. I think we could fight her. And because she asks for a soul. Right?
You, is that not the soul of the man who fell on this spot? He was a dear friend. I wish to pay
This is
proper
Artorias.
respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it?
I would say no this time.
Yes, of course. I must not be presumptuous. Artorias would not have approved. What is it? Have you changed your mind? Then you have no business with...
All right, so. Oh! Look at her.
You humans, always taking what you please. Then I shall do the same.
She's good.
How? You humans, my dear Arthur.
Oh, you get her armor set too. See, that's why I was getting her for. Check this weapon out, guys. It's kind of a cool weapon. I haven't used it, but I kind of wanna. Gonna try it. Like she gives you this dark silver tracer, but that's not really the greatest weapon. I guess in check this out. Look how cool this is. You ready? And you can just keep going with it. Come on. Like, that's a cool weapon, right? That's pretty wild. Yeah, we can give it a try one of these days. I think I could also use it too. Like, look how many times I could strike with it. It's pretty good for PvE. I'm not sure. I think PvP is good as well because it's hard to parry, right? And you can spam your enemy. That's really cool. So let's go check out the DLCs. What's this? Oh, it's just a piece of thing. All right, so let's go see the big mushroom lady. And we'll buy some. No, I just got to figure out where it is. I don't know if it's in the sanctuary. I think it's in the sanctuary. Sanctuary garden. Let's try this one. Unfortunately, there's no pictures with this version of Dark Souls, so you got to figure it out. Oh, this is the right one. So I was hoping that big catalyst that I was using was going to be a lot stronger, but it wasn't.
I have awaited thee. Thou hast rescued Princess Dusk and rid us of that terrible primeval human, even halting the spread of the abyss. I salute the grandeur of thine enterprise. Please allow me to express my gratitude. I thank thee, as do we all.
Ooh, Elizabeth mushrooms. I could use those in the future as well. What they do is if you eat one, they're so precious that I've never used one. There's only so many per playthrough. And so if you eat one, it's ridiculous. Like your HP and your stamina bar just constantly regen, for I don't know what the duration is, but for quite a long time.
I will remember thee, but I will keep thy story to myself. This is the best way, for thou art come from a time far ahead. No one will sing thy praises, but yet thy greatness shall live on, for it shall be my purpose to remember all thou hast done for us.
Thank you. You're so nice. You're such a nice fungi.
Was thine eye glancing hither? Thou needst not hide thy wonder. I am a mushroom, after all.
Hey, I was just saying that. Okay, so that was it. Now I'm just gonna take her gold pine resins. She has 5, so I'm just gonna take them from her because those are something that you can't purchase those. Well, you can purchase them from 2 NPCs. I already have all these too. You can purchase like I think 6 or 5, 6, 7, about 8 or something per playthrough.
May the flames
But and you can also farm them off of enemies, which isn't bad. But the gold pine resin is quite powerful. All right, now that we did that, let's go see if dusk is there. Where would I go for that? Probably have to go to the. Sorry, guys. Probably have to go to the Undead Parish. Walk over there. Let's put on some stealth as to not to get bothered too much by enemies. I'll put on where are the rings? My ring of fog, which I just love. And let's go. Now, the other day I was using hidden body on Dark Souls 3. And it was pretty powerful, I have to say. It was rather strong. And also, too, I'm going to go around and kindle a couple fires so I can get 20 healths or 20 flasks before we go to the New Game Plus. They didn't even see me or hear me coming, that guy. Go back down to where dusk is. There is another bonfire that's closer, but I can't warp to it. It won't let me warp. Won't let me warp. What is that? Oh, I don't need that. That's like a long bow and an armor set that I already have. Go down. Take a drink. I think I might have to blow these guys away too, but that's okay. At least the Hydra's not here. I'll show you one of the pine resins. I'm pretty sure I could use it. So that took 3 hits to get that guy, 3 strong attacks. So I'm just going to use one. I'll let you know how it goes. Not that much of a difference. They might be resistant. But the lightning effect is cool, so that's what kind of counts. No drops from him either, rascals. Now, I think I'm gonna have to change my ring so I can walk on the water without improves balance on poor footing. Yeah. Otherwise, it would be super slow. But I thought dusk might be... maybe I have to be human, but I don't think so. Or I gotta quit and reload. I don't know. I'll try to quit and reload too after. But there is something up here. I think it's her armor set, which I already have, but maybe I have to collect it. I'm not sure. There's one of these sort of functions that elude me. So yeah, there's her armor set, but I'll try two things. I'll quit and reload, and I'll also come back as human as well to see that if that makes a difference. Yeah, so that just gives her her armor set. I'm just gonna quit and reload real quick, see if I could get anything. It's a good thing in this game, this version, because this game was played on the 360, right? Or PS4? No, PS3. So with the remodel or the remaster, it's the same game, but these newer consoles could play them really fast or efficiently. I could only imagine this game on a PC probably have no wait times. On a certain type of PC anyway. So now that the 1200s to 12,000s came out, like for Intel, I said to myself, you know, maybe because I have a motherboard that could put I could put the 4000 series. There she is. You know, like the 4000 series Intel chips. So I thought to myself, you know, that's twice as good as what I got now. I have a motherboard. Maybe I can just get a processor. I have the memory. And just do like a quick upgrade, right? And there's two chips that you can buy on eBay if you don't know. Like, they have like an i7 that's modeled as i7, or it's sold as an i7. But you could also get an i7 that isn't labeled as an i7. It's the same chip, but I think they use them for servers. And they're cheaper, right? Because they're not a retail product, even though they're the same chip. So I look on eBay for an i7 4500 or something like that. I think it was either it was the 4000 series or the 7000 series of chips. I think there were 4000 because I was thinking, it's kind of, you know, not worth it. But I thought to myself, well, if the chip is like $60-70, it's a rather huge upgrade, right? They are not. They are like over $200 for these chips. And I'm thinking, what is the point? What's the point? Oh, you got an i9. i9s are beautiful chips. They're wonderful chips. Lincoln, you shouldn't be disappointed with that purchase. They're kind of monsters. Like, compared to the i5s and the i7s, the i9s are like a step above all the other ones, right? And those have become a little bit cheaper. Like the 11,000 series, they're dropping ever so slightly because they have a lot of inventory. And so, well, that was why I'm not going to get like a 4000 series. The 4000 series was a $200 chip. It's, you know, it's got like 8 cores, 16 thread or whatever it is. And then if you get a brand new i5 10500 or 10400, it's $230, right? And that has 6 cores, 12 threads. What's the point? You know, the only difference in price would be that I would have to get some DDR4, right? Which is almost as expensive as the chip is, which is crazy, right? Especially because I want to get between 16 and 32 gig of memory because I do a lot of video editing, right? And if I wanted to play games with it, I figured out, I'm going to forget about GPUs too. I'm not even looking at GPUs because the GPU I have, I was just going to reuse and play 1080, 30 frames per second gaming until the world of GPUs somehow makes sense, right? But right now, the CPU and GPUs, they don't make sense. And I'm honestly just verging towards getting another console. The PC stuff, in my head, I can't make it work, unless I upgrade with just, well, I shouldn't say that. If I get a motherboard, processor, and memory, and use the rig that I have and just swap those two things out, I could spend around the same amount as an Xbox. It's around $600 for an i5 10400 system, right? Which is actually quite a powerful system, right? And then if it was for the fact that I need the GPU, then I wouldn't have done it because the prices are ridiculous for those. Hang on, Dusk. I'll be with you in a minute. Just putting on my normal rings. See, she has a great story that I've never, some great dialogue that I've never been able to get out of her. Yeah. I see what you're saying about recycled stock, but usually, especially the older, why are you charging $230 for an i7 4000 series chip? Like, I know this is a shortage in the world, but that doesn't make any sense. Because I remember I was upgrading from a first gen i3 to a first gen i7 chip, right? Just because it was going to video and all that kind of stuff. And this was before the market and everything went nuts. Okay. I bought an i7 first gen processor. And it wasn't the i7, it was the processor that it had like just like a name, like a D425666, right? That kind of thing. You could do this on Google. And I bought it on eBay for $46 Canadian, right? And that's with shipping and everything. All right. It's an old chip. They're just scavenged. People have them around, right? Now, an i7 4000 series, it's a rather old chip, okay? I'm sure that people just had them kicking around. But now because of the pricing of the market and the shortage, blah, 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 it's $200. And you can buy a new retail, and you're buying a 10,000, an 11,000 series for around the same price that you would buy a 4,000 series. It doesn't make any sense, right? So those kind of discrepancies just drive me nuts. Yeah, that's true, Lincoln. But the cycle is the same with the PC. Like, for instance, my Xbox One. When did the Xbox One come out? I bought it then. I'm still playing games with it. And new games are still coming out with it. Right? And I think with PCs, however, you have the flexibility of, okay, there's a new game coming out. I'm going to run this game. I can't afford a PC, but I'm going to, instead of playing my usual 1440p at 60 frames a second or 120 frames per second, I'm going to drop it down. I'm going to play at a 1080p 30 or 1080p 60, right? And your machine will just run fine. It will look good, Anyway, we can't, especially in streaming, you can't stream, like, even with Twitch, you can't really stream. Like, I see people, they give you this option to stream 1080p at 60 frames a second, but we're only giving them 6 megs a second upload. That's all they give us. How can you get a 60 frames a second video with that bit rate? You can't, right? I mean, even even 6,000 kilobits per second for 1080p is light, right? So I'm sure that Twitch has their encoding and all that kind of stuff to make it work, but it is just a simulation. It's a simulation, and I don't really think it looks that good. YouTube, on the other hand, if you can stream, I don't know what their streaming upload speed is or their cap, but I think it's better than 6,000, right? So with Twitch, what's, like I do 1080p 30 frames for Twitch, and that's pushing it, because I think it should be about 8 to 12,000 for 1080p, right? But they seem to make it work, and it looks decent enough, right?
I am Dusk of Ulisil. It is an honor to see thee again. I shall follow thy wishes.
So she doesn't. I wonder if she says anything, because she kind of remembers you in this.
For a very long time, I was trapped within the crystal golem.
Oh, this might be it.
From my home I was taken, banished to a plane of distortion. It was there that thou came to my rescue, long after I had relinquished all hope. So gleeful was I. My faith reneweth. The sorceries of Ulisil. It is Ulisil's sorceries. Thine is there not?
That's their usual stuff.
The sorceries. It is.
No, see, I can't get this
is there not-
dialogue. You have to do something to get it. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
If thou art in need.
But you know what, Lincoln? The console age, everything is planned obsolescence, right? Like, the whole thing is, I wonder what the cycle is for a PC. I would imagine it's about 10, right? Yeah, I know. It's always like a balancing act. I would imagine, for me, when it came to playing games, especially for people that have like 4K systems and things like that, like they might play at 4K, but they could only stream at 1080p. For Twitch, I'm talking about. So, if you were a person that wanted to get into streaming, especially PC streaming, you don't need that strong of a PC to start playing games, really, because everything loads up, right? It's all Windows, and you have so many video controls on most games, right, that you could sort of strip it down. But yeah, it's a balancing act, right? Like, I don't think like 60 frames is for me is a perfect thing. My screen can only handle 60 anyway, so but however, because I'm on the Xbox One, Dark Souls 3 is at 30, and I believe and also Metro Exodus is at 30. So you get kind of strapped a little bit, and it's not that it doesn't get updated or anything like that. Like the Xbox One works just fine, except that it's getting old, and developers, even though they are putting out games for the Xbox Ones, new games, they're stripped down, right, to make them work. And I think that they're doing this now too, is because of the shortage of consoles out there, right? Because they also suffer. I don't want to get the Xbox S, the small one. I have a lot of discs and things like that, so I was shopping around for an Xbox X, and I could buy it, I believe, on the Xbox store. It cost me an extra $100, so it would be $6.99 Canadian. But if I go to Best Buy, Amazon, various sites, the usual sites, eBay, either, like, what the retail stores are doing here is that they're getting they have an Xbox X. Okay. Oh, Walmart does this. They have an Xbox X. Costco didn't have it either. They have an Xbox X, and they don't sell just the console. They'll sell you a pack. So a pack would have, like, I don't know, Like, and it's not even, it's nothing either. It's not even anything awesome. Like it's like it gives you 2 games and a controller or something like that. No, I think the controller comes with it. It was just adding games, and you know, maybe there's a style on it or whatever. They were charging $1,300 for these packs, right? So I'm thinking to myself, when is the Xbox X ever going to be available like retail? All right, it's not going to be. So I'm thinking, and all the crazy prices out there, I'm thinking just to buy it from the Xbox store for an extra $100. You know, that is surprisingly and unimaginably the best solution for me right now if I want to upgrade my console. You know. Yeah, you're right, Lincoln. Like PCs to a point, right? Like if you have a video card, you know, you got a 1660 Super or something like that. Someone threw you a 3080 or a 3090 Ti, if there's such a thing. Is the 3090 Ti out yet? The 3090 is out. I think the 3090 Ti is out. And you grab one of those, then yeah, you could swap it out. However, well, you know, you could do that. That's the thing. That's what I love about PCs. There's nothing really actually bad about that. Yeah, the 3000 series is out. It's out as in out for retail, or out that it's no good anymore. It just came out. Okay, yeah, the 2080 Ti. Yeah. Like I love video cards, by the way. You know. And the thing is if you plan your PC build, so let's say for future use, I'm thinking power supplies. So you get a power supply at the time that you buy the power supply, or your system will only need like a 500 watt power supply, you know, gold badge and all that kind of stuff. However, during that time, you should buy a 1,000 watt power supply, and it'll last you for a super long time. Not 1,000 watt, but let's say something that's a little bit better. You could take more juice. So, for instance, if you had an i5 system, you want to move up to an i9, which takes up a lot more juice. You don't have to worry about your power because it's already there. So if you have a good case, swapping out parts could last you forever and ever and ever, like for a long, long time, right? Anyway, come on, I gotta play here, Lincoln. I gotta play. Actually, you know what? We're probably gonna be we're gonna be moving on to the next phase of the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. The 4000 series. Like, how fast are they squeezing these out? The thing is that they're squeezing out all these new cards, but where are they? You know? Did you hear on? I read on Reddit that was it here in the States or North America? Sorry, or was it in China that they stole an entire crate or shipping crate of 380s or 3000 series NVIDIA cards were stolen. So, you know, keep your eye on eBay, I suppose. Maybe we'll get some cheap ones, which I doubt because those people will try to get the full price for it, right? Let's go to Firelink Shrine, guys. I've always been like, I don't game with my PC, but for my PC, I wanted a hardware encoder for streaming. And the very first, and I also like NVIDIA, so the very first NVIDIA card that has a hardware encoder for streaming is the 1050 Ti. And again, I purchased that before all this nonsense has happened, and I believe I bought it for $80 Canadian. And it was brand new, and I got it on Amazon, right? But now I think that they're either not available or they're probably a lot more expensive, but I'm just talking through my butt because I haven't shopped for any video cards lately. I have a friend of mine that's going to be buying a 3090, and he's going to give me his 2060 Super. Right. Well, I'll give him something for it. Not retail, but dinner for sure. And maybe I'll give him $100, you know, to say thank you. But that is a very generous thing to do, right? Yeah, it's really tough, man. It's really tough because I've always enjoyed building PCs, and the market and the whole thing, the way it's behaving, it just takes the fun out of it, right? Even the new chips, the 12,000 series, I'm just kind of like, I don't care. You know what I'm doing is I'm looking for the 11,000 series and waiting for the prices to drop, right? If they ever will. But they did kind of drop. I think last week the i9s and the i7s, they dropped for about $40, and some were on sale for like $80 off, right? I'm just like, wow, that's pretty good. Should strike when the iron is hot, but you know, it's always a guessing game with PC parts, especially the big ones, right? All right, guys. You know what? I have some cool videos teed up for you guys today. I have a little bit of a program. So my gaming is done, guys, and I'd like to move on and watch a few YouTube videos here and there. I'll turn the music down or off, I guess. And this time, I wanted to show you a little bit of how do you say it? A mosaic of different things, right? So we have a place in my city that I live in, and it has like these wonderful pogos. Now, you know when you go to the store and you get those hot dog pogos in the freezer? I bought tons of them because when my kids are little, you know, I would buy them, and it'd be like a special treat for them every once in a while. So they have, but the Korean street food, they kind of brought it to a next level, and they make them like for real. Like they have this, the last one that I had, it looked like a pogo, but it was pretty big, you know, and it had ramen noodles on the outside of it, and I guess they fried it and it got kind of crispy on the outside, and then the coating around the dog was a nice crispy, fresh tasting kind of coating, but inside it wasn't just a dog. What they did was that it was half a hot dog, which was like a really tasty hot dog, you know. It wasn't like the no-name ones that you get at the corner store when you're drunk on the weekend and nothing else is open, and a nice piece of cheese, like they put in like a mozzarella cheese. They coat that and they deep fry it, and so when you're eating it, you get this kind of cheese at first, you know, and then you get like a hot dog after, and it was just so delicious. It was so delicious. And it had these neat coatings. So if you guys don't know what these is, and I'm sure that you could probably find these somewhere in your city or where you are. It's possible, but for sure, Lincoln, you could find this. You know, in the States, they got everything there. But in England too, I think that they got like a lot of different foods, but I'm not sure if they have any Korean food there. Other parts of Europe that I know about, no, you're not going to have this there. I'm sorry, but you know, your food's very homogeneous. Not that it's bad, but like for instance, Italy, you're not going to get one of these things there, right? Like they have their own food and no one else. They do have a little Asian food there though, but you can't stop Asian food from, you know, infiltrating your city. It's too good. It tastes too good. Who can refuse a bowl of noodles? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, here's these guys, and these guys come from this particular video. It's on YouTube, and it is made by he's got 5.36 million subscribers. Oh my god! And it's called Yummy Boy, right? And he puts on like street food, he or she or whatever. Okay, I'll just say he. Stop bothering me about my pronouns. God. Anyway, puts on like a lot of these cool videos, and I noticed too in Korea that they have like a very stringent like health regulation there. Like everyone, like the kitchens are always very clean. Everyone's wearing gloves. You know, it's a lot cleaner than even here, right? But anyway, guys, let's see this this particular dude. So we have a place that's fairly new, and it's this exact kind of food, and I wanted to share it with you. And I would definitely recommend you guys give them a try because they're delicious.
It's a little loud.
See, I guess it's kind of like a mozzarella cheese, it seems a little different. Maybe it's like a maybe it's processed cheese. I don't know. It looks like a sub cheese actually. Even looks a little bit like American cheese. But when I had it, it was very mozzarella-like, you know. See, look at the guy's got gloves. The place is spotless, you know. I could live in Korea for the food. Only referencing the food. So if someone says, look, you got to eat there all the time, you got to live there to eat. But yeah, I could do that. They got a lot of great noodles. I'm a bit of an Asian noodle soup bowl freak. I love it. I do have to get a bowl of pho every once in a while. See, now there's those hot dogs, which I kind of want to get some and eat them like regular hot dogs because they were delicious. I know they don't look like anything, but does... Oh my god, they taste like a real hot dog. Make any sense to you guys? Look at the yeast. The very nice yeast and the hot dogs. So this is something that I just recently found out that we can get in Hamilton here where I live. And it's not too far. They pop. Yummy, yummy. And sorry for all you veggies out there, but I'll do a veggie one too. I like veggies as well. So we'll do a foreign veggie video one time. That would be kind of cool. But I think in Canada here, they don't do any justice to vegetables. Unless you call French fries justice. But there aren't any real vegetable dishes that you can get anywhere here that are decent. Unless it's, of course, Asian food. Totally different thing. My favorite Cantonese restaurant, they have king mushroom and pea tops. I know that sounds like, yeah, but it's like one of my favorite things of all time to be eating and tasting. So good. Nice clean oil. See, I like seeing street food and stuff like that in different countries, but sometimes the food is just, I mean, the food prep area, it looks like they just kind of changed the transmission in a truck, you know? It's just like, oh god. Like, I know the heat kills a lot of things, but however, the food in the end, I would always kind of eat. So that must be the batter that they're going to make the pogo sticks out of. So that's exactly what I had. I had a piece of cheese like that and a hot dog. And I guess I didn't know this, but I guess you can get straight dog ones. Look at this yumminess. Oh yeah. I know these seem simple, but they are so yummy, you know. They're like the ones that you buy frozen, but on fire. And the place that I had, it was kind of like a little, they had a little fancier, they had fancy things too. Like I said, they had ramen. And they had some other thing too. I know they had panko. But I think they had regular breadcrumbs too, so you can get that finer texture in your mouth. And I know it's just a corn dog, but it's another level. It's another level. I think the corn dogs that I had at places, they're just frozen ones and take them out. Like, these guys are making them there. And for me, that makes all the difference. Like, it tastes like real food, you know? Look at those. Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna go get one after. That's exactly what I had. And they weren't that expensive. I think they're because they're pretty big, right? They give you like this nice little box. My son ended up going to go pick it up, and it was $20 Canadian for 5 of them. It's really, you could only eat one of them. I mean, you can have 2, but you'd be like really stuffed. Look at the crispiness. Look at the crispiness. They usually do them up. I don't know what they're gonna do here, but. Yum. Yummy yum. It's cooking at about 180. That's about 350 Fahrenheit for you Fahrenheit people out there. You know, in Canada we have like when we speak, like everything's in metric on paper, except for builders things like house things. You know, when you're building frames and things like that, that's all still imperial because you can still buy a 2x4 and all this kind of stuff. Same with paper too. Like when you talk about paper, it's like 8.5 by 11. No one ever says A4 here in this country, but we have a mix, right? Because when I was little, we were imperial, and then they changed over while I was, I think in the 80s or something, we changed over to the metric system. So in Canada here, a lot of people are well versed with both, you know. However, when it comes to Fahrenheit and temperature, Celsius makes more sense. It's like easier to me. Why, you might ask? Is, well, in Celsius, I use it's easy to reference. Look, ooh, mustard and ketchup. I wonder what the white stuff was. Couldn't have been salt or sugar. Probably sugar, right? Oh yeah. So I use Celsius a lot because at 0 degrees Celsius, water freezes, and at 100, it boils. So for me to encapsulate the numbers in between for everyday conversation, no problem. Makes more sense because Fahrenheit I'll have to think about. And when it comes to weight and height of a person, I use imperial system. Almost everybody does here. Anyway, that was kind of cool. Hey, what'd you think of those? Aren't they delicious? Right? So let me do it here and do a little thing here, Paul. For you guys. Oh. Not that slick. Not that slick. All right, my next programming adventure is going to be a little bit of instrumental with my band, and I squeezed it in between two videos. I don't play too many instrumentals, but you guys, I mean, I do play strictly instrumentals most of the time, and we have a few vocals, but this one in particular is called Cuban Knights, and the story behind this tune that my uncle wrote was that his brother, my other uncle, he's passed away now. He spent he worked at a steel mill here, and he was a senior there. He wasn't that old, but he had his years in. Like he worked there for decades, and he had I believe 6 or 8 weeks holiday. Every couple months, he would go down to Cuba because he spoke Spanish. He would stay at the hotel, but then he'd go to the town and party with the townspeople, and he made friends and practically family down there. And he passed away, and he had some inheritance, you know, a little bit of some gifts to give to the people in Cuba, which was very difficult to do, but we managed it. And my uncle that you'll see here in this video, he went down there, and he kind of closed the book on my uncle Vince, who passed away. This, as you could imagine, probably, you know, caused a stir that made him want to write this tune. So this tune is dedicated to my late uncle Vince, who used to go to Cuba all the time for vacation, and he developed like a second life down there, you know, and it was good for him. It was good for him, you know. He was kind of like the man down there, you know. not in like you know, not in like the hard hand kind of thing, but it was like his own thing, independent from everything else that was here. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think that he found a strength in that, or that he was building something that was with his own hands, you know. I suppose, you know, he didn't have a family and things like that, so maybe that was something that, anyway, Cuba meant a lot to him, and in turn it also meant a lot to us because he loved it so much. He passed away, and my uncle wrote a tune about Cuba called Cuban Knights. I hope you enjoy it.
Play a romantic tune called Cuban Knights. I kind of wrote this because my brother used to go to Cuba a lot.
There you go. See, you said it there.
Tune called Cuban Knights. Ready?
Always tuning my guitar. Because the people in the studio are always like, tune your guitar. It's like, it's not even off. Yes, it is. And you just like, okay. I love Bonnie. She's awesome. My uncle's so good at getting the vibe in music, you know? Such a big part.
Thank you.
Cuban Knights, guys.
Cuban.
That tune, I was so good at melodies and putting things together. That particular tune, by the way, is it is recorded with like a full band, but you know the trio gives it a certain type of flair as well. I like broken down music. I like when big bands get together. Not that we're a big band. I'm just saying, when they always do those kind of like intimate nights or whatever, and sometimes. Like one of my most favorite times ever, and I'm not really a huge gigantic fan, but I had tickets to go see Sting, okay? Sting from the Police. And this was in early 90s, I think, and I think the Police just broke up, and then he came out, and you know that Illegal Alien tune that he came out. I don't know when that was, sometime in the mid '90s, early '90s, or something like that. Well, he went on tour, and I'm telling you that he's quite a musician, right? And he also had a really tight band with him. It was like almost like a big band, right? Because his stuff was a little jazzy and this and that. What I can say about Sting, he got on stage and he didn't get off that stage. They didn't have an opening act. It was like 8 o'clock till about 11:30. He stayed on that stage and he didn't stop playing once. Okay, the band took a break, right? Actually, the band, which is a common thing that bands do, like if you're playing like for a long time, and you don't have to play for like the next 2 tunes because you're in a big band. You could leave and take a break, right? You can go take a break. The band's still on stage, but if you can get in and off and on the stage without anybody seeing, it's okay to take a break. So I could tell that during the performance, you know, you would get the odd, you know, like the brass section, whatever, they'll go away, or there might be some violins or a keyboard player that might go take a break during a certain song that they don't play. So there was always kind of like these rolling breaks for the band, right? And then the midpoint of the concert came. And I thought to myself, well, I wonder what's going to happen. Like, are we going to go take a break? I was thinking maybe going outside, see what happened. But no, what they did is that they kept the lights down. The whole band left, and they gave Sting a guitar similar to mine. I think it was actually a nylon string guitar, so it was like an electric classic guitar, right? He got on the stage and he started performing, I don't know, like 3 or 4 of his Police songs that he sang when he was with the Police. And it was like this intimate thing because, you know, like Message in the Bottle by the Police, he got everybody to sing Message in the Bottle, you know. And it was this moment of, you know, you get those moments in concerts where everything's just awesome and you feel the brotherly love with everybody. Well, he caused that to happen, right? And again, after this little interlude, the band came back out and then another hour set before he came out, right? Anyway, amazing musician. I guess the whole point of it is that I love it when big bands, either a full concert or just a little segment of the concert, when they kind of break it down and they have a couple of their famous tunes that they play that are intimate and they'll just do it acoustically pretty much with the audience. I just love that, right? And I also like when there's a big band and you catch them at I don't know, somewhere in town and there's only like 3 of them playing, or they're playing acoustically and they're in a bar. You know, that kind of happens in Hamilton sometimes. It was kind of amazing. Right? All right. So my last video for the day, guys, is some of these car fails. And yesterday I did a bunch, but there was like people getting mauled and stuff, and I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it. It's too much. I didn't want to see that, you know, like this. I guess it's similar, but like, I mean, getting people mauled and run over, like that's death. I think most of these are kind of like fender benders, and so I don't think anybody kind of died. At least I'm pretty sure that they didn't. But these ones are a little bit more like, yo, you're a doofus. What are you doing? You know, more than, oh my God, that's a fatality. Like we get enough of that online, right? So here's some car fails that I think, and this comes from Alec the Car Guy on YouTube. Because you see, he's just basically there's a lot of people that just have dash cam on their, a lot of them repeat. A lot of the videos repeat for dash cam fails or whatever you want to call it. This is called Idiots in Cars. There's so many of these because I think they're really popular for people to watch. And so you go to the actual site where they come from, and all they have is like six of the same videos, and they have like 1 million followers because people are watching these dash cam fails, which I think those videos just regurgitated for somebody else, right? So I guess I don't like the practice of this, but you know, you got to get your dash cams from somewhere. I was thinking about making some for my own city, right? But they might raise my taxes. Anyway, guys, here's some dash cam fails that we can make fun of. And again, this is from Alec, the car guy. Someone cutting into you. And look, oh, the guy lost control doing that. Oh, and he flipped over. My gosh. And that's all from someone not looking to their left in this case. Let's see what happens here. Oh, running through the light. Like, why would they do that? Why would you run through the light? And the officer was there as well. The guy didn't see the officer. Oh my gosh. Going too fast, can't control the car.
It couldn't be now. How could anyone?
Whoa!
Oh my gosh.
And he went back outside.
I'm nervous on a bridge as it is. Imagine having an accident on it. Let's see what happens here. Oh! Oh. That's not good.
Assim que o caminhão tomba na serra.
Oh, too fast. I can tell right now.
Aí, ó, tombou. Tombou.
Oh!
Entendeu?
That's horrible. Gotta pay attention, guys. What's gonna happen here? Left turn bash? Yeah, like, why is that guy going? What's he doing? Like, oh, don't you see that car coming?
Like or move, he wasn't an
Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa!
Whoa. Like, what are you gonna do with
You
that?
guys okay? You guys okay?
That guy is not okay. You better go check him out in the car. Oh, there you go. He's good.
We should. Can I move? Yeah, should I call it
I wouldn't leave my door open like that, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, bad trailer. How does this happen, I wonder, that the trailer starts oscillating like that? Because I drive a trailer sometimes, and that's never happened. And flip over. Oh, he didn't get flipped over. He got lucky. There goes like 50 grand down the drain. Oh! That guy got a double whammy. Got hit by that lorry car. Yeah, that's smart to get over. You don't want to be slowing down on the highway like that. Oh! 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 That is terrible. What are people thinking? Pay attention. Oh, this guy doesn't even know what's going on. Wasn't paying attention. But when you drive, don't you see traffic that's really far ahead? This guy's gonna get hit. Oh my gosh. That's not funny, guy. That's crazy. Like, that terrifies me. Oh, why? That was terrible. What's the guy doing changing lanes? Oh. Not paying attention, I think, of that one. I don't know what's going to happen to this poor bloke. Or lady, sorry. Too bad. Oh, there's another oscillation. How does that happen, guys? Maybe the truck was way too heavy for that little SUV.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Poor car. That poor car, bro. No! Dude, I gotta get that bitch.
Oh! Why are you going so fast when it's snowing out? Okay, this. I don't get why people do that. That sucks. What are you gonna do with that, right? Let's see what happens here. Oh, merging. What? What is... Okay, that was just unusual. Must have had a blowout or something.
He's passing on the shoulder.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, that at least wasn't an accident. Look, all the time with the oscillations. People drive fast, but they don't know how to drive their cars.
How much?
Oh. Traveling at quite a clip. What is that? Why? You know, if it wasn't for dash cams, you know, you think that dash cams would improve people's driving, right?
I caught it. I caught it recorded.
It looked like he was braking, but then he let go of the brake early, right? Wasn't that what it seemed like? Oh! See, I have a car that's parked on the street too. That's not good. Snowy day. It's wet. The guy's gonna wipe out. How does that even happen? Oh! What are you doing, man? That I can't explain. I think it's just cell phones. I always blame cell phones in my mind. Or screens or whatever. Oh! That's pretty bad. I don't think it was this person's fault. It was that person that came out into traffic. Oh. Like before you go into like a snowy bank, you should slow right down if you can. Then go for it. You'll just still go into it. You know? It's called snow physics. Look into it. Oh my gosh. Oh, runaway. It's a runaway. Oh. Oh. Running a light. If you run a light here, it's pretty bad. You get points taken off. I think you have like 14 points. I think it takes half of your points away. Like, what possessed that person to think that they can make that left turn? Driving too fast. Oh, this is going to be a flip over. It must be just a lapse of attention, you know, not realizing.
Oh my God!
That guy went through the red light. All right, guys, that was enough for this for today. Enough of that for today. I can't handle that much stress. All right, guys. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for humoring me and hanging out. Today we have a couple of friends here. We have the Mad Druid playing Dead by Deadlight. She's playing. I'm sorry. They're playing Dead by Daylight, and I will send you guys over there because she's really cool, and she's a fellow Canadian. She lives in BC though. I live in Ontario. It doesn't really matter that she's from Canada. But I'm just saying, it's a little thing to say. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Catch me tomorrow and Friday. We're going to be playing Metro Exodus, and it is quite a fantastic game. I love it very much. I'm not good at it because this is my first time through. I'm playing through it blind, but the further I get along, the more I enjoy it. I just wish that I had unlimited ammo. That's the only thing. With that game, I think I'm pretty good with the main branch of the game, like the main story. But the little side quests and stuff like that, ever since I got to them, when I get to them, I'm kind of depleted of resources like bullets, or it's the wrong time of day. So I'm thinking that I'll continue with the story mode, right? Or the story. Try to build like resources up so that these kind of side quests, well, I got to figure out how to do them. And I think that there's probably really good loot in them. It's sort of alluded to that here and there in the game, but I have to check out these optional areas. It's just that they're a little bit tougher than the main game, I think. Or it's just like I said, it's because I'm depleted by the time I get there. Anyway, guys, thanks, guys. Enjoy the Madruit.